Hey everyone, it's Nicole here and welcome to Tillage Village. Thank you for joining us. This past week we had to put up an electric fence because we have armadillos and squirrels and all sorts of little critters that were digging a lot of the beds, digging under and ruining all the vegetables that we put down and the herbs. So we've put up this electric fence. Now these green posts that you can see behind me, they're called T-posts. So we put the T-posts in, and the children this week had to run this wiring. Let me try and get close so you can see. You can see the electric wiring, which is here. They had to run the electric wiring all around the whole area where we have the vegetables. Now, as you can see, on these posts are yellow clips. They're called insulators. So we put the insulators on, and let me see if I can get close. There we go. They're insulators, and what those insulators do is the fence post actually hooks on, or not the fence post, the wiring hooks onto those clips as it goes all the way around, and it holds the wiring in place. Now we put them there, we put them all the way down, and so far it seems to be working because we have a lot of grapes that I'm going to show you shortly. Now I just went out and brought a fence, let me just double check what it's called, a voltage tester, which is this here. So I went out and bought a voltage tester so I can make sure that it's on, because I don't want to go in at night and find that we put the fence up and it's not working, because you've got to make sure that nothing is on the ground or hanging over on top of the wire, or something blows on it, etc., because then the voltage decreases dramatically, and then anything could just climb in. So I'm going to show you, hopefully I can do this while I'm holding the camera too. I'm going to get this hooked up, and then what should happen is, depending on the voltage, let's get this side, because it goes from 1000 to 7000, and they should all flash. We want to get it on the 7000 one. So let's see, we're going to hook it up. We're going to stick this little piece here, we stick in the ground, and then the other piece we hook on. So let's see, because it's hot at the moment. It's hot, so I don't want to be putting my hand on that. So let's just put it down in the ground. You can see, just put it down in the ground here. You see? Stick it in the ground. Well, let's stick it in a bit more. Just for, actually, it's a bit hard there. There we go. So we stick it in the ground there. Now we're going to test it. So, okay, no, it's going to be fine. Now we're going to hook it on. So, I'm going to hook it on here. And if you can see, they should all be, yep, they're all flashing. Can you see that? I don't know whether you can see. But they're all flashing, so that's at least 7000 volts, so that's pretty hot. So I'm going to go switch it off now, because I need to go inside and inside this area, because I want to show you the update on the grapes. So hold on a moment, let's get this switched off. Hi, so I've switched off the electric fence, and prior to us putting up this electric fence, I actually put up, well, the children and I, we put up these hoops that we had. They're just like PVC piping, but we put on this bird mesh as a precaution, so that the deers and squirrels and raccoons or anything like that don't eat the grapes that were growing. But we wanted to do a double precaution just to ensure. So I'm going to climb under here, because we hooked it up with some zip ties, and then we put some stakes in the ground so that nothing could really climb under. But you know, the electric fence seems to be working the best. So I'm going to climb under here, and then I'll show you once we're inside the grapes. You're going to be amazed how amazing these grapes look. Okay, so I'm in the grapevine area, and I wanted to explain to you about these grapes that we have growing. We've had these grapes for 3 years now. I think we purchased them. They were either from Walmart or from Tractor Supply. They came in little boxes with the roots, like bare roots, and you just plant them. You soak them in water, and then for a few hours, then you plant them. So we did that, but you won't get any grapes the first year. So we planted these grapes and did everything that they said. And what I did was each year after I planted them, I got some chicken manure after a couple of months and put some chicken manure on top, and they grew great. They had lots of vines like these here. There's plenty of vines, but there wasn't any grapes. Now the second year I did the same thing. When it came to spring, and because they go dormant, I watered them as normal, put some fertilizer on, but there's a special mix of fertilizer that I use. Then I put chicken manure on again, because it's the same thing every year. Put chicken manure on each plant, and then they start growing. But the second year we had grapes. It produced grapes, but we didn't have grapes. The deer came and the deer ate the grapes the day before I was going to pick them all. Now we're into the third year, hence the bird netting and the electric wire, because it's not going to happen the third time. So what happens when we're growing grapes is I'm going to show you the stages, so you can see what happens. Okay, so when you're growing grapes, what happens is once they start growing, and after the second year, they produce a little bud like this here. The little bud, and then from the bud, you'll get the vine. The vines start producing. Then you're going to get the flowers. Now let me show you some flowers. Okay, yeah. You'll get flowers like this. So they'll start to produce flowers like this. Now because grapes are self-pollinating, once the grapes pollinate, or the flowers rather, then they produce the little grapes. Now you can see little grapes here and here and there, but this is the most amount of grapes we have ever had, and I'm going to show you because they get larger. So you see there, and let's go under because they look amazing. These are larger grapes. Can you see them all hanging there? So just think, you've done all that hard work growing the grapes, putting the chicken manure down, taking care of it, getting rid of the aphids, etc. Because we have a special soap insecticide that I've mixed up that we spray. We don't use chemicals to find that everything's gone. So that's why we've got the netting and the electric fence up. Then we have them here. This is absolutely loaded. I'm going to try and go underneath the vine so you can see. More grapes, more grapes, grapes. And this is about, the greenhouse is 40 feet, 50 feet. So this is about 40 foot long, possibly maybe 45 foot long grapevine. And we've started another section from the cuttings we did from these grapevines. So we're going to go through now where you'll see more. So we are super excited about all of this. I don't even know how many grapes are on here. We're going to go through. See some hanging here. And we're going to go further down. See some hanging through there. Because just behind the grapes are the blueberries. And we have some up here. then I have to go through this fencing. There's a lot here. So we have here, I'm going to go across. And there's just so many grapes, which I am so excited to eat. They're even hanging above the fence. See over there? Going down. There you go. So one thing you have to just make sure when you're growing grapes is the aphids are really attracted to the grapes, but I'm going to show you one, because what I try and do is every maybe week or 2 weeks we spray with a special soap, and I'm going to show you what it looks like where the aphids try and get them. So if you look at this bottom leaf here, you see some black little spots. You can see them on that little bottom branch. You can see, yeah, you can see them on this one here. Those little black things there, they're aphids. So this is quite mild because there was a lot, but you've got to really stay on top of it and make sure that you really keep your grapevine aphid free. But from the soap that I mixed up, which I'll go over probably in another video, it really works, and I spray it basically on everything. I'm out here with my soap bottle and I'm spraying and I'm spraying and I'm spraying, and it keeps them. By the next day they're gone. So I hope you enjoyed that little update on the grapevine. We are really excited about that. We have another section growing with grapevines here because we did cuttings from these towards the end of last year. They're quite small though, so maybe, I don't know, maybe 8-10 inches they're growing. But once the summer comes and we get a lot of rain, it'll produce quite rapidly, or it'll grow quite rapidly rather. Now so we're excited about that. Behind me here, this vine here, that is a passion fruit vine. Now I had one of my friends, oh darn, love bugs are everywhere. One of my friends gave it to me because it wasn't producing, so she gave it to me. We kept it, we had it for a year. We put it up on this vine there, and we got passion fruit, so which was great. Now during maybe, I don't know, maybe February time, January, February, we had a really cold freeze of such cold weather, and that really died back. We covered it up, but we covered it as best as we could, but it didn't really give it much cover. But now it's coming back, so I'm going to go show you that too. Okay, so this is the passion fruit vine. This is on a 10-foot post, and it's 10 foot high by about 24 feet, maybe 25 feet across. So this is coming back really well. I was quite surprised, but praise the Lord, it's coming back, so we are pleased about that. Now these passion fruit leaves, you can actually eat them. You can actually make them into tea. So not only do you get fruit, but you can actually use them for tea too. But I'll go through one of the videos I'll go through some of the things you can use with herbs that are growing, or that you have growing anyway. So we are really grateful, we are thankful, we are blessed. We pray over all of our fruit trees, vegetables that are growing, and we get a really abundant harvest, which we are pleased about. Let me just show you as we go down. There we go. So until next time, we're going to update you on the vegetables that are growing, some of the fruit trees, the herbs. We'll do a big video then so you can see everything, because so many things now are producing the cucumbers, the pickles, the peppers, onions. So it's really, really exciting. So until next time, take care, God bless, stay safe, love you all.